We are so excited to chat with wine, spirits, travel, and food writer Brian Freedman. He's with us this morning, and we're going to learn a lot about wine today, especially wine for the holidays. And we go too fast for you watching. Brian's book, Crushed, is available now everywhere books are sold. Brian, it's so good to see you again.
So good to see you too. It's been a while.
It really has. But look, we're in holiday season. And to start off, I need your opinion on something. Corked or uncorked? What's better for the wine?
Oh, I mean, if you're aging the wine for any length of time, I would recommend cork, but the vast majority of wines are not meant to age, so screw cap is just as good. Honestly, whatever allows you to get into that bottle faster is the way to go for the holidays.
That's the answer I was hoping for. Okay, so how important is wine in holiday celebrations?
I mean, for our family at least, it's really one of the centerpieces, right? Like we've been celebrating Hanukkah here for the last couple of nights, and we always make sure that we have a great wine to pair with our food, with our potato latkes, with our brisket. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, wine is always going to make it better.
Absolutely. And you just can't go wrong with a good bottle of wine. Well, you're in Philadelphia celebrating Hanukkah with your family as we speak. What wine are you pouring, or what are you having right now?
So last night, we actually had this. This is spectacular. This is the Tulip Espero. This is a kosher wine from Israel. It's a blend of Syrah, Merlot, and Cab Franc. To me, it's not only delicious and it's stunning, but it also embodies the spirit of the holidays. It's made in a place called Kfar Tikva, which means Village of Hope, with the help of residents there with developmental disabilities. So this is really not just wonderful wine, but it is absolutely what we're all sort of going for this time of year. And I love it alongside holiday roasts.
Absolutely. And it sounds fantastic. Okay, well, Christmas, and then we've got New Year's. We're all going to be looking for something bubbly. I always go for the bubbly this time of year.
Yes, this is why we get along so well. We drink a ton of bubbly here. So the Zardetto Prosecco Brut, this is from Italy, like 17 bucks. It's an unbelievable value. This is grown on the top hilltop vineyards in the region. There's flowers, herbs, apricot, citrus notes. For me, this is great as a pre-dinner cocktail. It's wonderful with fried foods. And I believe that you guys are going to have a recipe on your website for the Zardetto Cranberry Fizz. And here's like a little insider secret here for you, but don't tell anybody, okay? It'll be between us. That Zardetto Cranberry Fizz for like Christmas brunch is a wonderful justification for having great bubbly like before noon.
Absolutely. Well, I've got the bubbly in my hand as we speak. It smells wonderful. This is exactly what I would go for this time of year. Okay, cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Happy holiday.
Happy holidays. Okay, well, Brian, I know you've got some selections you want to talk about, and I want to pay attention to these because you always got some really good recommendations.
Yes, I love talking about these with you. So the first one, this is the Saint-Côme Côte du Rhône from France. $20. It's 100% Syrah from one of the benchmark producers, not just in France, but in the entire world for Syrah. Notes of like sandalwood and flowers like violets, really beautiful black pepper notes here. This is the definition of a whole lot of wine for $20. This one, perfect. Like if you're a pate family or a terrine, you need some high acid and tannin to cut through that richness and fat. This is going to be fantastic with that.
I've got a glass of that one in my hand. Okay, this one reminds me of a tall, handsome man. The smell is just so good. This is another good one to have around the holidays as well. Okay, sold on this one. And then what else you got for us this morning, Brian?
All right, now we're heading down to South America. We're going to Chile. This is the La Postol Cuvée Alexandra Cabernet Sauvignon. This is $26. La Postol is a world-renowned luxury producer. It's now being made by the 7th generation of the French family in Chile. Same family, actually, that created Grand Marnier, which also plays a very important role in our holiday cocktails here in Philadelphia. But this comes from the Apalta Valley. This balances elegance and power at the same time. Cherries, chocolate, those sweet sort of cinnamon and baking spices here. Again, holiday roasts. We actually do a fair bit of hamburgers here, and this is one of our go-tos. Again, $26 for all
Oh,
these.
yeah.
Ask your favorite wine merchants, but any one of these four wines, the Tulip, the Zardetto, the San Comer, the La Postole, I guarantee will amp up your holiday celebration this year.
Yeah, I gotta say, this last one, it smells like it's just gonna be very smooth, very delicious. So thanks for the recommendations. And look, 26 bucks, you can't beat that. Okay, I wanna talk all about your book. This is exciting. What can we learn from the book? It's called Crushed.
Yes. So, Crushed, the subtitle is How a Changing Climate is Altering the Way We Drink. There's so much discussion about how climate change is affecting our food system in this country and around the world, but not a whole lot necessarily about how it's affecting these wonderful liquids in our glass. So, in this book, I take readers to 8 regions around the world. And I tell the stories of the grape and grain growers, the winemakers and whiskey and gin distillers who are at the front lines of this crazy thing that's happening with our climate. And, the amazing thing for me is, we all read about the fires and the floods and the frost, but I genuinely believe that the people who are making the wines and spirits, growing the raw products that are turned into them, are going to be some of the leaders who are going to show us the way into the future so that we can actually survive everything that's going on. Ultimately, it's an entertaining and hopeful book.
It sounds like it. Now, you did a lot of research. I mean, you literally traveled everywhere. You got to speak to so many interesting people through that journey of writing the book. What would you say is your favorite chapter?
Oh, that's that. Who's my favorite
Chapter?
kid? I'm not saying that. I love them all equally.
I
I
know.
would say for me, it's not so much about my favorite chapter because I had surprises in my researching and writing for all of them. You talk about the fires in Sonoma, and yet it's teaching growers and producers there how to manage their vineyards differently and shift harvest times. I talk about Israel, and you're learning about this amazing sense of agricultural technology and this move back to this whole ecosystem approach. You talk about South Africa and this fascinating producer in South Africa who is really tying together the social welfare aspect alongside the environmental one. So for me, even though I'm up to my eyeballs all day, every day in delicious fermented and distilled liquid, I found myself surprised throughout the process of researching and writing this. And I hope readers do too.
Absolutely. It is so interesting. Well, Brian, we are wishing you all the best for you and your family this holiday season. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm going to go with the tall, handsome man. Cheers to you. You take it easy over there.
Cheers to you.
Okay. Good to see you. All right, everyone. Gotta love Brian. Learn more about Brian Freedman and watch his web series online. It's briandfreedman.com. And follow him on social media. Crushed: How a Changing Climate is Altering the Way We Drink is available now wherever books are sold. And remember, please drink responsibly.